Hi, this is lecture number 2 on matter in our surrounding. In this video, we will talk about some interesting characteristics of particles of matter. In previous video, we understood that matter is made up of particles. So let's start. So here is one simple activity which we already discussed in previous video. There is a glass having water in it and some salt is added in it. Now if it is stirred, after stirring it, we cannot see salt in it. Where is the salt? We say that it has dissolved in it. What is that supposed to mean? Let us draw some conclusions on it. So the first conclusion is the particles of salt got evenly distributed in water. That is reason why we cannot see the particles of salt in water. That means the particles of salt got into the spaces between the molecules of water, and that is reason why the salt particles are not visible in it. Thus we can say that there is enough space between particles of matter. Here is another interesting characteristics of particles of matter. Particles are continuously moving. Have a look at the pictures. In this picture, we have two sets of incense sticks. So, we have two sets. The first one is this one, and the second one is this one. One of them, which is this one, is not lit, and this one is lit. Why are we talking about this? We are talking about this to understand a very important thing, that is, particles are continuously moving. So, if you have to get smell from unlit incense stick, I'm sure you must have to go close to it. That's when you will be able to get its smell. On the other hand, if you have to get smell from lit incense stick, you don't have to go very close to it. You will get its smell from a long distance. It means that the speed of the particles is different in both the cases. Have a look at this picture. There is a glass having water in it and a drop of ink is put in it. Now it is not stirred. It is mixing on its own with water. That means it is moving from one place to another place. So based on these three examples, let us draw some conclusions. And the conclusions are like this. The first conclusion is that particles of matter are continuously moving because of kinetic energy, because they have some kinetic energy. What is kinetic energy? It is a form of energy that sets an object in motion. The next conclusion is particles of matter move faster if the temperature increases. Now let us talk about the sets of incense stick. The one which was not lit, and if we have to get its smell, we have to go very close to it because the temperature is not high. But if we have to get smell from lit incense stick, we can get its smell from a long distance. Therefore, we can say that the particles move faster as the temperature increases. That means if the temperature increases, their kinetic energy also increases. Like we saw In the picture, the drop of ink is in water and the particles of ink mix on their own with water. So we can say that the particle intermix on their own with each other. So this intermixing of the particles on their own with each other is called diffusion. The next characteristic is particles of matter attract each other. And let's understand this with the help of this simple activity. Here are some pictures. In first picture, you have iron nails. So these are iron nails, rubber bands, a piece of chalk, and you have a stream of water. Now, if you have to break any one of them, you have to apply some amount of force to break it. So, for example, if you have to break iron nails, you will have to apply more force than rest of the things in the picture. It means if you have to break rubber band, let's say by stretching it, you will be able to do so, but the amount of force that is required to do so is not as much as you need force to break iron nails. In the last picture, that is stream of water, you cannot break the stream of water with your finger. Why? Let us understand why. Here are some conclusions. So the first conclusion is the particles of matter attract each other due to the force acting between them. There is force between the particles of matter that is acting or that is holding them together. And the strength of this force varies from one matter to another. Like we just discussed, if we have to break iron nail, we need a lot of force. If we have to break rubber band, the amount of force that we need is less as compared to iron nails. Therefore, we say that the strength of force varies from one matter to another. And